This is a vast library. We've got, dancing animations and all sorts of stuff. But you don't have to just choose the pose that you first see when you load it onto the character. You can actually play through the whole thing and choose whatever pose is good for you. Rocking out there. So, air guitar, right? So, let's stop him. He doesn't need to play more air guitar. We're doing an image for a running website. So let's get serious. Let's put this sprinting pose on him. I like that a lot. It's got a lot of energy. It's dynamic. That's what my client was going for. And the only thing I would like to change about it is that he's not looking at the camera. Wouldn't that be more compelling? So another great feature of this workflow is that I have a ton of detail control to do things like tilt up his head. And whenever you have a photo of somebody, wouldn't it be nice to just if you could just turn it a little more, that'd be great. And this is totally possible. So now I'm really happy with the placement of our runner, and I'm ready to see what it looks like when I add in some of the elements that I was working on earlier. So I'm just going to turn on these layers. I've got some text treatment and some background elements that really give some depth and movement to the piece. And great, at this point, I could probably send it off to the client. I've done everything they've asked me to. It's a male runner in a dynamic pose. He's coming towards the camera. There's an abstract background. They should love it, right? But you know what's going to happen. They'll come back to me with something like, yeah, it's great. Could you turn him a little to the left? Normally, that kind of feedback could send me for a loop, and I'd probably have to start from pretty much square one. But with this workflow, I have a ton of flexibility to make changes at any point in the creative process, and that means I can iterate and explore and get the right placement and perspective that is the best one for my layout and what I'm working on. All right, I like this right here, and there's just one more change I want to make. That's to the lighting. And let's see if we can improve upon this a little bit and playing around. You'll notice all the shadows and the highlights are updating automatically. And right about there is good. Okay. Voila. I have a compelling image that I could use as either a concept, a plan for a photo shoot, or I could keep pushing this further and render it out for a final image. Getting to this point could have taken me hours or even days, but with Fuse and Photoshop, it came together really quickly. This is a really fun and flexible workflow we think can really drive your creative process, and we cannot wait to see what you make of it. Thank you.